Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Thursday. I hope all is well in your world. We're going to begin, of course, and jump right into the tarot and see what the day has in store for us. And in one of the many attempts to get this reading going, I did get the message of, for a lot drawn to the reading like myself, this specific daily read won't just pertain to this Thursday, but given that energy is fluid, at least to an extent in certain ways, certain messages will pertain to the surrounding days. So keep an open mind in regards to that. And also keep in mind, as you're watching this reading, especially for those in advance, it may not have happened yet, right? Even if it doesn't click or seem as if it's resonating for that day or surrounding it just yet, it may, you may come to the realization that it's accurate moving forward. Anyways, not sure why I felt the need to mention that, if I could speak. The World card. You're changing. I feel like this day is showing evidence that your world is changing, and I feel like you're thinking about upcoming developments in regards to a shift to a new place of residence. Could be meeting new people. It could be in regards to you starting a new job or running a business or maybe expanding things, but it feels like the possibilities are on your mind, and you're thinking about when your life feels quite colorful, when it feels peaceful, and when it feels like a combination, a nice combination, I'm hearing healthy combination of both that color and peace. But it feels like all the meanwhile, there's going to be at least one part of the day, if not a couple for some drawn to the reading, where you feel so light and airy, almost angelic, and I feel like this is due to a spirit visiting you, if not multiple. It's this feeling that Spirit wants you to remember at a certain point throughout the day, if not the day as a whole, that you don't deserve or you shouldn't have to feel weighed down and heavy. And so to remember in that fleeting or brief moment what it feels like to be so light to the point of being an angel, right? You're going to prioritize more so what that feels like when it comes to deciding who and what to keep with you moving forward, what to stay committed to, and what to actually let into your world, and what doors to actually walk through. Basically allowing for yourself to feel things out. And to be completely honest, it's one of those days that reminds you as well that sometimes you can't, even if you're great at feeling things out, even if you're very intuitive, which I'm sure you are, and very spiritually guided and protected, sometimes we have to walk through a door or continue something for a bit longer in order to experience this or that, or in order to be without this or that. But for the majority, it's simply to then realize in your own timing, in your own way or ways, that excuse me, that was weighing you down or making things more tricky, difficult, and maybe causing a blockage or two. Where there were blockages in the past, you won't experience anything similar moving forward. Meaning if there was a blockage when it came to love, rewinding back, and maybe still to this day, there's some healing, some work, some adjusting to do, but it feels like at a certain point moving forward, you're being informed or reminded that type of blockage is not meant to be part of your path anymore. And how refreshing does that feel to gain that information? I feel like it's a type of day where you're on the move, you're making progress, making things happen, wanting to run towards more evolution, more change. Why is it so enticing to begin again? Why is it so enticing to experience the unknown possibilities, but a little nerve-wracking all the meanwhile? It reminds me of me moving to new states, right? Bouncing around quite often, and it may look inconsistent and like a lack of stability to other people, but for me it's invigorating, it's refreshing, it's a restart, right? And I get to put a new flavor, is how they're saying it, onto each chapter of my life. And doesn't mean that I'm going to be moving around to another state anytime soon, but you get the point. It's not for everybody, but I also feel like this day talks about how you're not everybody's cup of tea. Just like other energies, other people, and other situations aren't necessarily your cup of tea, right? And so reversing it, it's that healthy perspective of, if you don't like who I'm becoming or who I am at this point along my path, then we're just not energies that are meant to mesh, to intertwine, and that's totally okay. But it might be one of those situations where You're reminded at certain points moving forward, and of course in the past, you have to sort of cope with, deal with, maybe work with certain energies that just aren't a match for you, right? Given a prime example, an obvious example, say you're at a day-to-day job and there's one, if not multiple people that you don't like working with, don't like in general, and you felt that from the beginning or after a certain point, but you still have to work well with them, or at least cope with them. But it feels like in the midst of certain quality hermit mode alone time throughout this day, you are manifesting, my friend. So when you are connecting the past to your current day situation and your future, tread carefully. Try to eliminate that quite quickly. But when it comes to what you really want, what you really desire, what you need moving forward, you're good. All right, you are good. It feels like a lot drawn to the reading, like myself recently, or maybe rewinding a little bit further back for you individually. You manifested something quite easily. Yeah, there was guidance spiritually tied into it, rewinding back up until that point, but it came to be when it was meant to. And even though that might happen to you quite efficiently, occasionally, sporadically, you're manifesting what you need, what you want, all the meanwhile, it's still easier said than done to acknowledge the fact that you'll get what you need and want when the time is right. You'll manifest it, just because that want and or need just grows over time, right? And can be affected by other factors of your life, other weights. But I don't know if I showed this. Remember we were talking about people, places, situations that are not meant for you, especially energies. Remembering that energy does fill up a situation for the better and or for the worse, and that can shift at any point. Interesting. Something that's meant to come to an end in the near future, you're not realizing or remembering that something is inevitably going to change, shift, and it's not going to benefit you if you were to stick with it, right? Or it may just, that might be the push for you to make a change at some point moving forward. But it's this feeling that you're reminded, just because the situation currently, or at one point rewinding back, was or is healthy or beneficial or just comfortable in certain ways, or one specific way, doesn't mean it's always going to be that way, right? Just as much as a connection can evolve and develop in a negative direction, as can a living situation, a job situation, or any other type of commitment for you. Anyways, so the Seven of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Cups, all water energy. And there's another water card, cup card on the board. So I feel like your emotions, your fulfillment, your satisfaction or lack thereof, which is coming into play as you feel like you have a lot to get done. You have a lot of options you're being reminded of in regards to what you need and or want once again. But this may push you to flash back to the past somehow. Whether it's that similar job that you're looking to apply to or are, reminds you of a past option or a past job that worked out and or didn't work out. And so Spirit's saying, yeah, okay, that may have taught you this and that and prepared you, but it doesn't reflect upon that exact opportunity, the exact door that you could walk through. And so remember that. But I feel like there's a focus on you taking what you've gained from your past and what you're gaining from what you're dealing with currently, and even more so moving forward, to, in a healthy, productive manner, manifest and move towards more happiness, more fulfillment, and more comfort for you. Naturally, again, realizing that not everything that once or is currently bringing you one, if not all of what I just mentioned, is going to moving forward. I hope that made sense. I'm hearing sometimes I get lost in my words, and I absolutely do with these readings, but I'm so heavily spoken through. But it feels like there's a passionate disappointment, something that you were passionate about from the past that left you with disappointment, and that could be popping back up for a sense of healing that is being informed to you and that needs to get done. Horrible wording, but you get the point. That may pop back up to inform you or remind you still got to heal from it, right? Before a new chapter, before some more world evolution takes place. And that may simply be part of your world evolution all the meanwhile. And Spirit's saying as well, remember we were talking about when you're going to be feeling light and fluffy like an angel. That also reminds you that these type of emotions from the past, maybe that you're picking up, currently from where you're living and or working, maybe where you're migrating, that's going to weigh you down, right? That's going to eliminate quite quickly, or at least partially eliminate that light and happy, fluffy, easygoing vibe and feeling, right? And don't we deserve to feel that way, right? Even when certain factors of our day-to-day life are quite heavy, it's this feeling of you. They're showing me literally like an angel or somebody kind of giving off that angel vibe and being surrounded by a lot of heavy energy and still being able to maintain or bring back that way of being. Now that's power, all right? That's skill. Let's pull one or two more to wrap this up. Right from the middle, the Eight of Cups, walking towards your happiness, walking towards what makes you feel light and fluffy once again. And Spirit saying it's a day where we again are shifting towards and being one with improvement, but remembering that we have a lot of options, a lot of choices, a lot to figure out still, but a lot of world evolution lying ahead. And this is obviously going to affect you as an individual, but it's a day where Spirit's saying soon enough you'll be moving towards what you deserve, as it feels like it's more so going to meet you halfway. Beautiful. So I hope this was really helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.